Hi everyone, and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my day 2 preview for the Galway Festival. I'm currently recording this just after 7:15, and we've still got one more selection at Galway to go, so I don't know how our final tally is, but it's been a good day so far. We've had 2 winners and an each way. 7-1 next best, that was a nice winner, well gambled on in the end. I think the final SP was 7-2. And then also as well, we had a nice winner, the Dermot Weld horse that just held on. That was half brother to Enable. The name escapes me now. But that was a nice winner too. Drifted out to 4-1. That was Centroid for Dermot Weld. But yeah, not been a bad day for us so far, and fingers crossed we can end on a winner. But before I get into the Galway tips for tomorrow, just a reminder as well that we've got the day 1 glorious Goodwood preview up. So if you haven't seen it already, make sure you go and check it out. And like I explained on there, we're doing the nap, the next best, and the long shot. They're going to be mixed on both videos, and that's how it's going to accumulate into the profit and loss. So you might see my nap at Goodwood, and you might see my next best and long shot at Galway, but that's how it's going to accumulate tomorrow. So that's how it's all going to work out. And then if you want to know what my profit and loss is, just check out the description box below. It hopefully will make sense to you. It's quite clear. We base it on a pound stake, and we are up for July. So yeah, it's all good, and hopefully we can continue our good form on day 1 into day 2 of the Galway Festival. But let's get straight into the business end of things. And we're going to the 4:45, the first race on the card tomorrow. And I'm going here with a horse, if I can pronounce it correctly, called Umneyaat. I think that's how you pronounce it, for Oisin and Dermot Weld. Nearly said Oisin Murphy there. But yeah, Oisin is the jockey tomorrow. You can currently back this horse at 4-1. And Dermot Weld, they've already started the Galway Festival in good form. We've had a couple of winners already. And this horse looks like a typical Dermot Weld improver. Ran a good race, I thought, when finishing 3rd at Gorham Park on soft ground, and it probably suggested that it would learn for the outing. And this horse has got a good draw tomorrow in stall 6, and the experience on soft ground I think will definitely be key to this horse. In time it's probably going to want a lot further, and a lot of these horses they've got nice breeding, but I just think this horse is bred to be a classy sort, and the experience already on soft ground, and that we know it can handle it, is a good thing there, because a lot of these horses we don't know if they're going to be able to handle the ground, and they've had plenty of rain at Galway, and it's going to be testing for the horses, you know. So I think that's definitely a massive plus. And Dermot Weld's team, they've been slow to get going, but like I said, they've been in good form of late. And they don't, to be fair, have many horses with Dan Almatoon, but his horses have been flying this season. I've been having so many winners anyway in England, but this horse, it looks like a nice prospect for him. And at 4-1, I'll be disappointed if he couldn't go close. I'm not going to recommend an each way or anything like that. It's just a win-only bet, but I think he can get us off to a good start and give us a run for our money. We then go to the 5:15. Where I'm going with a horse here called Balmari. Now this horse is just going to be a win-only bet. 11-2 for Ronan Whelan and Michael Halford. I think it's the yardstick, the one they've all got to beat. Now this horse ran quite a few times as a 2-year-old, and then ran at Goran on its seasonal reappearance, and now has a rating of 81. I think that's the best rating for any horse in the race, and I'll be disappointed, like I said, if this horse couldn't go close. Now this horse tomorrow's got a fair draw in stall 6, like you all hear all week me saying, you don't want to be drawn too wide at Galway. It's a tight twist and turning track. It's very sharp, and you always want to draw towards the inside if you can. But stall 6 isn't a bad draw tomorrow, and he's going to have to reverse the form of Ken Condon's Teed Up, who actually finished 2nd in that race at Gorham. But he's got a wider draw, and a lot of the horses that are fancied in the market are drawn out wide, whereas this horse has got probably the best draw and has shown a decent level of form. And Michael Halford's team starting to come into a little bit of form. Their horses are running better, and I think this horse will be a little bit shorter than his price of 11-2 tomorrow. I could see him maybe going off maybe 4-1, 7-2, something like that. I think he's got a good chance, and I'd be disappointed if he couldn't go close. So that's going to be the tip in the 5:15. We then go to the listed race, the 5:45. I'm going to go with a bit of more of an outsider here, a bigger price, with Auxlia for Colin Keane and Jer Lyons, who are both in good form at the moment. This horse is 14-1 with bookmakers at the moment. You can get 4 places, and I thought that was quite a big price with the 4 places. Now this horse is a horse that likes to be very prominent, and has been running over slightly further, over a mile and 10 furlongs, dropped drops back to 7 furlongs tomorrow, which I think is definitely a massive positive. Ran in a pattern company race on first appearance, but then ran in a handicap at the Curragh last time, where things probably just didn't suit it, and bumped into a couple of nice fillies. But I think over 7 furlongs tomorrow on a track like this, where it pays to be handy, this could definitely be a bold shout. And there's a lot of horses in here tomorrow that have got question marks over them, and I know Auxlia has, but I think there's a lot of things in her favour tomorrow, and especially the key one here is the 3-year-old Allowance. Now, if the mare Surrounding, who I remember putting up last year, was drawn in a better draw, she's drawn so wide, I would probably have gone for her. But I just think you want to look at something a bit more of a price here. And Auxlia at 14-1, she ticks a lot of the boxes for me, and I'd be disappointed again, like our other selections, if they couldn't give us a run for their money. You know, I think if she can go out hard, be up there with the pace, or even setting the pace, I think she might just have enough stamina to hold on some of these. She might just be able to get a bit of a advantage from the closes. And Auxlia under Colin Keane, who's having his final race before he comes over to Glorious Goodwood on Wednesday, I think he can get a winner here, or get at least a placed effort. So for me, Auxlia, I think she's got a good chance, and for me, she's going to be my tip in that listed race. We then go to the 6:15 with a horse called In From The Cold. I thought this horse was quite a big price for Billy Lee, who gave us a winner today, and Malcolm Mulvaney, a trainer that I've got lots of time for. This horse is a massive price, I thought, 12-1, and again I'm going to recommend an each way bet. Had some good form last year, finished third at Galway in 2019, and this horse just progressed really, and was seen best really on a soft surface. Ran really well on soft and heavy ground, and has a good draw tomorrow in stall 3, and I think the trip a mile is okay, and this horse has been maintaining the form absolutely fine, been really consistent. And even though there are some nice types in here, I think In From The Cold has a decent chance. And Michael Mulvaney, he was on the card earlier today at Galway. His horses are running well, and I'd be disappointed if this horse couldn't go fairly close. We then go my Longshot tomorrow, which runs in the 6:45. The Broghie Man for Lee Roach and Padraig Roach. Padraig Roach is an underestimated trainer in my opinion. He's doing really well. He's got a few nice JP horses that he does well with the jumps. But this horse, the Broghie Man's done not too badly since going to him. Has actually been running over hurdles and had some fair form in some maiden hurdles, finishing second a couple of times in testing ground. But if you actually go back through this form, the horse's form as a youngster, he was actually running in sprint races for Adrian Keatley and was rated off a mark of 105. Now he's going back off the flat tomorrow in a mark off the mid-80s, and I think that's quite a generous mark in the context of this field. I think he's well handicapped. He's got a good draw tomorrow in stall 2. And he's 33-1. Oh, that was a huge price, considering he's going to be getting bags of weight from some of the other horses. He had a recent run as well over the jump, so he is fit. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if this has been the plan. And I could see this one maybe being a bit of an Irish gamble tomorrow, like you get so many over there normally at these festivals. But yeah, I think there's a lot to like about the Broghie Man's chances tomorrow. A 33-1 with 5 places on offer. I thought that was huge. I thought he should be more of a 14-16-1 chance. So the Broghie Man, for me, I think he's got a lot in his favour tomorrow. He's run a cracking race, and that's why he's going to be my long shot in the 6:45. We then go to the 7:15, and I'm going to go with a horse here called Landing Zone for Robbie Colgan and Sheila Lavery. Sheila Lavery, again, is an underestimated trainer in my opinion. She's had some good horses through the years. Last good horse was Lady Care, unfortunately, who ran a blinder in the Guineas. We lost her last year, and she could have been an exciting prospect for her. But yeah, Landing Zone has been running okay of late. Been maybe frustrating for favourite backers. He's been favourite on 2 of his last starts, believe it or not, but he's now down to a mark of 64, which I think is a workable mark for him. You can actually get 8-1 currently at the moment with this horse, and I'm going to recommend an each way bet. I'd be disappointed if he couldn't run well. Like I said, he's been running okay, and his first run at Leopardstown is actually quite a good piece of form. It's worked out quite well. It's produced a few winners, and he's got not a bad draw tomorrow in stall 8, which isn't the worst in this field. And for me, in what looks like a tricky competitive race, I'd be disappointed if Landing Zone wasn't there or thereabouts. He's not one of my more confident selections tomorrow, but if I had to go for one in this race, it would be Landing Zone at 8-1 each way. So that's the tip there. We then go to the 7:45, and I'm going with a horse here called Plum Perfect for Ronan Whelan and Tracy Collins. Currently 11-2, and you can get 4 places on offer with some firms, and I don't think that's a bad price. So I'm going to recommend the 30 each way bet here. And I'd be disappointed again if this horse couldn't go close tomorrow. Been really consistent, finished second at Goran last time on soft ground, and its best form has come with a bit of juice in the ground. And like we've already said, they've had plenty of rain at Galway, so the conditions are in this horse's favour. Been really consistent as well, hasn't finished outside the fair, or has been pretty consistent making the frame on her last few starts. She's still only a 4-year-old as well, so you think she's still got a little bit more to come. And again, I think she's pretty much setting the benchmark here and is the one that can probably take the most step forward, and also as well is the one that arrives in probably the best form. So for me, Plum Perfect tomorrow. I'd be disappointed at 11-2 she couldn't fill the first 4 places, and I think it's a bit of dirt each way there, where we'll definitely either get a good run for our money where she'll win, or she'll just miss out and probably place. But yeah, she's got a good chance tomorrow. I thought Plum Perfect, and she'll do for me. We then end with my final tip of the day, and it's going to be my nap in the 8:15 with a horse called Nostra Casa. You can back this horse at 6-1, but I'm going to recommend a win-only bet for the informed Dermot Weld and O'Sheenor. Now, we put this horse up a couple of weeks ago when he finished 4th at Ferryhouse. I remember he got us a bit of each way place money. I think he was my long shot when I put him up on the day. But yeah, he's ran some credible races, finishing 4th at Ferryhouse and then 4th at Naas. And I think going up and trip tomorrow is going to be really key to this horse. If you actually look at his pedigree, by Dubai, and on the dam side, he's a half brother to a horse called Forgotten Rules, who won a Group 2 over 2 miles in testing conditions. And again, the rain, the going up and trip, I think there's a lot to like about this horse's chances tomorrow. He's been improving from every run. He's still lightly raced. He's got loads of untapped potential from the Moygler farm as well. A yard often a group of owners often associated with Dermot Weld. I just think there's a lot to like about Nostra Casa tomorrow. Not a bad draw as well. Got a lot to work with tomorrow, and for me, I think at 6-1 it's a good price there, and it's going to be my nap of the day. So they're the tips for day 2 of the Galway Festival. We've already had a good day on day 1. Fingers crossed we can have a good day tomorrow with our glorious Goodwood tips and our Galway Festival tips. So for more videos, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel here at LuckyLoads15. If you want to follow me on social media as well, you can do, where my Twitter handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to check out my website, you can do, which is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So that's all I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.